It's my honor to be joined by Mr. Craig Poole today, the general manager of the DoubleTree by Hilton in Reading, Pennsylvania, as well as the president of Reading Hospitality. Craig, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for inviting me, Brian. I appreciate it.
Tell me how things are going out there in Reading and what's the latest from the DoubleTree by Hilton?
Well, in Reading, we're in Berks County, PA, and Berks County is purple for the COVID-19. So it looks to me like we're going to be. We haven't had 1 day at 20, and that's what we need today. So we're going to be. It'll be a while for us to open, but we're getting ready to open. We're every day we work very hard at preparing to create a new experience when we do open.
Craig, tell me about the challenges of keeping a large hotel running while a pandemic's happening. You know, what are the steps you have to take to keep things going?
What we did is we decided to take advantage of it. And we said, okay, if this is the way it's going to be, how could we reinvent ourselves for when this comes back? And as lousy it is that we've been slow, it's also been good that we've been slow, because we've been able to rethink how we're seating people, how we're disinfecting. I actually hired I promoted somebody from maintenance to be the chief safety and sanitation disinfection person. Now I have a team. For a while, as long as we need it, we're going to have it. But I was able to reconfigure what the hotel looks like and rethink about how it's going to look when we open. So we opened successfully.
So what are some examples of support that you and the hotel are providing the community?
We do a lot of heart connection things. Like today, we ran food and dessert cookies, DoubleTree cookies to the Reading police. Yesterday, it was to the paramedics. And we're trying to do different things through the hotel just to take care of the local people. We have free clothes that we give out to people, food that we give to people. We're the second poorest city with the second highest crime rate. So it's when you do that, you have to be. Our purpose was to change a city through a hotel. It wasn't just to run a hotel. The hotel is the vehicle that we use to help change the whole environment. So when you have a bigger purpose than a hotel, you have bigger things that you do and a bigger purpose, and purpose drives it all.
I wanted to touch on this because this isn't like you just waltzed into this super fancy DoubleTree and just took it over and now you're doling out meals. No. This was a ground up effort, and you specifically were attached to this to make it happen. So give me the short story there. Tell me how this came to happen.
Albert Boscoff, who owned all the Boscoff department stores, and his family put the money in, and a couple investors. But Albert's dream was the same thing. The purpose was to drive the city to be successful, because Boscoffs are from Berks County, Reading, PA.
Wow.
And this was where his heart was, and he's a very generous man. So that's the purpose of the hotel. And we borrowed the money and a lot of money from the state, a lot of federal funds, and so it would re-employ a city. So we built the hotel, $65 million. A lot of high risk. Most people said they would not come down to Reading because Berks County is not a poor city. Or it's not a poor county. It's just Reading is a poor city. So we hired the people, and when you hire people that have never done there before, you start from the beginning, really the beginning. And when you hire in a high crime rate area, you hire people that have felonies. So we hired about 60 people who had felonies. And that's why I went back to say, I tell people, I don't look at people's past. I look at who they are today and where they want to be tomorrow. It's just a gift that I have that I learned a long time ago, to love people where they're at, not to what they did. And those are the people, these 209 people that have rotated a little bit, but not a lot of turnover. They're the ones that we have 3 times we've been the #1 DoubleTree in the United States. We have national awards from the Hotel Motel Association, #1 hotel in the United States. And we have lots of awards, but these are the people that never did this in their lifetime, that have been in prison, that have never opportunities, that have been marginalized and lost and forgotten, running the #1 DoubleTree in the world. I mean, and I think about that, and I'm so proud of that. That you can go. It's not the city. It's not it's the leadership of a city. The leadership of a place makes a difference. And I like to think I'm a pretty good leader, but what I do is, like, a lot of the people I hire are already leaders. They weren't allowed to be leaders before. They were never told they could be a leader. And now they're being told they are, and they're being held accountable to that, and they're being empowered to do that. And now they're doing great.
Well, you know, every team needs a leader, and you're out in front, and this is the direction you're headed. I read an interesting quote, from you talking about hiring happy people and people who are committed to their town or their region. Tell me about that.
When we hire people, now I have managers that work there, they hire, but nobody's allowed in the hotel until they go through me. Because I don't want us ever to hire somebody based just on their past. Because you had this job, you could have went to Cornell Hotel School and come and apply for a job. But if you're arrogant, or if you're not humble, or if you don't have a servant's heart, that's okay. There's jobs for you, but not with me. I'd rather hire people that have a vision for other people, a vision to change the city, because that's what drives our hotel. Is the purpose of the hotel drives the culture of the hotel. Wow. It drives everything.
Well, clearly you love people, Craig, and you're doing incredible work out there, and a true leader, and really should be recognized for what you're doing, and you are recognized. Craig, thank you for joining me, and keep up the good work.
You keep it up too. Thank you.
To watch more TAPintoTV videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel at TAPintoTV.